All right, so off we are in the 2020 Subaru Outback Limited, non-turbo though. I was holding off not to test drive this because I already know that 2.5 liter engine is not very peppy, and I was really anxious to get the turbo one first. But then I realized, you know what? Let's do the 2.5 liter because at least I can see the car, the materials inside, and everything, and talk about that. I don't know if you heard that the engine shut off, but then it turned back on again, and I barely released the brake, so. That shows it's very sensitive. I didn't release it enough like I was actually letting go to start moving. But because I eased off on the brake a little bit, but still had it mostly down, it sensed that I eased off and it started the engine again. So initial feel for comfort, I mean, I just started driving now as you saw me pull away from the dealership. But so it's a little early. I cannot give any comments on long-term driving, but at the moment, these seats are more, the bucket seats are more bolstered, more sport-like, you know, more tighter fitting bolstering than the previous model. The seats are very nice and comfortable. It really hugs you nice. I like it so far. Now this one being in the new global platform, it's a new, more rigid chassis that they've come up with. It's supposed to give it, of course, a much more rigid, firmer, stronger chassis frame than it was before. So it's supposed to improve handling a little bit, so it's a little bit stiffer. It's supposed to have a slightly less body roll than previous model, yet the suspension is still tuned to be soft, comfortable ride that Subaru's known for. I think I said 20 kilometers an hour and I did it almost 60. So I think I give it a thumbs up on its handling ability. I mean, I didn't purposely go hard into it either, but this is my first time driving in this area. So I was unexpecting how sharp that turn was going to be for me. Some engine noise coming in, but not a lot. Cabin noise for the engine coming through is on the quiet side, that's for sure. I mean, it's not a big powerful engine to be screaming, but a lot of vehicles out there don't have a very powerful four-cylinder and it just screams sometimes. And this one's keeping the engine noise subdued. So thumbs up so far on the cabin noise and how much engine noise it allows in. sharp U-turn right there, and the if you can see, the turning radius is very good on this car. That was a sharp, narrow area, just one lane per side, and I made it pretty good. So a very good sharp turning radius. Thumbs up for that. As you know, the power's not so much with a 2.5 liter, and this Outback is pretty heavy. I'm gonna do a 0 to 100 in a minute. It's probably gonna take like 100 hours. I like driving with my left hand at the 7 o'clock position and my elbow resting on the door armrest. And that section, my elbow being my size and my arm length, it reaches just the spot where you would the opening is to put your hand in to open the door, and to where it gets more wider. It just reaches there, and because it's a nice soft touch material, it's on the comfortable side. The center console, regarding length, like how forward it comes, is a little bit shorter, I think, than the Legacy, the older version of the Legacy, the 2019 Legacy and Outback, but it does seem to come forward enough that my arm can rest there, and it's not mostly hanging like it does in a CX-5. As the previous Outback, the visibility is very good on this vehicle, as are most of our vehicles. Legacy, Forester, they all have good outward visibility. The A-pillars are not as chunky as some other cars, so it's not too bad here. You got another little front window over here for helping view that way. And in the back, lots of windows over there across near the back. Okay, so the lane keep assist. There we go, to the right, pushed me back. Push me back again. And then go the other way. Push me back again. Push me back again. Just help me out a little bit there. Alright, push me back there. Push me back there. Push me back there. Keep me from going off. Now it's flashing to tell me to keep my hands on. The reason I'm doing this a lot is because, you see, depending how aggressive you go off, that was a little aggressive, so I guess sometimes if it's too aggressive, it's not that easy to help you, but it beeps and it tries, so it definitely will. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to help you at a more stronger effect, but at the end of the day, if it's helping you out some, and beeping, it's hopefully enough to alert you if you've fallen asleep and to wake up and help out as well. And that's what it's for. It's for a backup. It's not to actually drive you where you want to go. So always bear in mind, these things are just backup safeties if you have fallen asleep. Because if you fall asleep in a way where you really crank the wheel all the way hard, like, well, maybe not a lot, but still relatively, you know, a decent amount, it's not going to help if all your weight is on the steering wheel going that way, right? So it can't help you no matter what, but it's good to know that it works relatively well. Though this specific one does seem to be, for just an example, my wife's Legacy seems to kind of push me back, let's say with 6 foot-pounds of torque, you know, in the steering wheel, and this one seems to be maybe 4.5, 5. It seems to have a little bit less of an aggressive push to correct that error that you're doing than my wife's Legacy does. Yeah, at lower speeds, like many cars, the steering response is not as engaging. There's a little bit of play with not being as direct, for example, as a CX-5 or some sporty cars can be. But like most cars, at higher speeds, it does tighten up a little bit and is a little bit better in that regards. So it is, yeah, a little higher speeds. You can feel that it's a little bit more responsive.